Speed. That's what separates a good database from a great one. MongoDB built its reputation by doing one thing better than anyone else, handling JSON data at lightning speed. But what if PostgreSQL could do the same thing without losing the reliability of SQL? In this tutorial, we will put PostgreSQL's JSONB indexing to ultimate test using Python library scopg2. We will test JSONB queries in PostgreSQL first without any indexes, then with GIN and BTREE indexes, and compare how faster it gets. You will see how a few smart indexing choices can make PostgreSQL handle JSON data as efficiently as NoSQL database like MongoDB. This is how PostgreSQL becomes your all-in-one database. Relational when you need structure and NoSQL when you need unstructured. Alright, so as you can see on my screen, I have already started Jupyter Notebook where I have kept the total code for this tutorial. In this notebook, we will perform index benchmarking on PostgreSQL's JSONB data type, which is one of the most powerful features that lets us store flexible, schema-free JSON data. But JSONB can become slow very quickly as your dataset grows, unless you index it correctly. In this tutorial, we will first generate 5 million synthetic JSONB rows. Then we will benchmark queries with and without indexes. We will be covering 3 indexes, GIN, BTREE, and hash. We will run timings using SQL plus Python inside Jupyter Notebook to measure timings taken by query. And then we will also create a final visualization comparing performance of GIN, BTREE, and hash and understand when to use each index. By the end of this tutorial, you will know exactly which index you should use. So let's get started. So in the first section, we are performing basic setup and configs. At the beginning, we have few necessary imports like scopg2.env, JSON, and matplotlib. Then we are loading the environment variables. And over here, we have a db-config dictionary, which will be used to connect to the database. Next, I have declared a helper function named getConnection. And this function will basically establish connection with the database using the db-config dictionary that we declared. And over here, I am testing the connection with the database quickly. And as you can see, we are able to connect to the database using the function that we created. In the second section, we are creating a table which we will use for benchmarking. So name of the table is JSONB_benchmark. And it has only 2 columns. One is ID, which will use a serial number. And next is the payload column, which is of data type JSONB. And in this column, we will store the JSON data. So by executing this query, we will create this table. Next, in this section, we are creating 5 million rows of JSON data, which we are going to insert into our database. So for that, we will use 2 Python libraries, random and faker. Faker library is commonly used to generate fake names and country names and so on, some fake data. And we have declared this function generate row, which generates one JSON data. So one Python dictionary. And here is a structure of the Python dictionary. So we have a user key, and the value of that key is again dictionary. It has 3 key values, ID, name, and country. The ID is random integer in the range 1 to 5000. Name will be a random name and country will be a random country. Activity key has again value as a dictionary. And it has 3 key values, type, duration, and success. So type will be either search, click, purchase, and views. And duration will be random integer in the range of 20 to 5000. And success will be either true and false, one of the choices. And tags again is the 3rd key, which will sample 2 to 5 values from this list. So over here, in this cell, I am executing this particular function 5 million times and generating the 5 million rows. And I'm displaying the sample row as well, as you can see. So in this section, we will insert the 5 million records that we created in the previous section into our database table. And for that, we will use scopg2's function execute values, which is famous for bulk insertion or batch insertion. And here is the insert query. We will insert our rows into payload column. And before inserting row, we are converting it into JSON format as well, using scopg2.extra.json function. And as you can see, it took 3 minutes to execute 5 million rows into our database table. Next, in this section, I have declared a function which we will use to benchmark the query execution. So this function takes a SQL query as input And another parameter is repeats. So how many times you want to execute the query. And then for that many times, it executes that SQL query and measures the time taken by all the execution. And from that all the execution, it returns the minimum time. All right, so now that we have inserted the data into the database and also declared a helper function to measure query runtimes, let's first perform benchmark without any indexes. So here is the SQL query whose performance we will measure first. So query select star from JSON benchmark. So it's selecting all the records where payload contains. So this operator is used to check for containment where payload contains this particular user, where user has a country set to Netherlands, and executing this query using run query, and no index time is the time taken to execute this query without any index. And as you can see from the result, it took 200 almost 260 milliseconds to execute this query without any kind of indexes. So now if you want to see like whether any kind of index was used or not when you executed query, then you can add this particular string explain analyze on any of your query, and then you can visualize the result from this particular query execution. And this is the actually plan. This is SQL plan. And in this, if you look at over here, it says parallel sequential scan on JSONB benchmark. So it performed a sequential scan. So there wasn't any kind of index. That's why sequential scan happened. If there is any kind of indexing happened, then those index name will appear over here. Alright, so let's go ahead and try our first index, which is GIN index. And GIN is the most common index for JSONB in PostgreSQL. It is specifically designed for working on JSONB data types only, and it indexes every key value pair inside your JSONB document, making any kind of lookups extremely fast. So it's good for existence check if you want to check for existence of value, if you want to check for containment queries, which we tried, or if you want to search for any deep key value matching or any path check. So any kind of operation you want to perform with JSON data, GIN indexing is specifically designed for it, and it will work fast for all that operations. So let's go ahead and create a GIN index. So the process to create a GIN index is pretty simple. Here is the query, and we create index if not exists, JSONB GIN index. So that's the name of the index. On the table, our JSONB benchmark table using GIN. And then inside of parentheses, you need to provide the name of the column where the JSON data is kept, on which the index will be created. Now I provided this extra string JSONB path hops. So this is optional, but this optimizes for a containment query. So if you don't want to provide, you can simply omit it, and it's fine if you don't provide it. And by that, if you omit that, it will create a default GIN index, which will be optimized for all the operations. Now the only difference between the normal GIN when you don't provide JSONB path hops is that index can be bit large compared to the one where you provide JSONB path. And JSONB path is optimized for this particular operation, which is a containment operator. So yeah, so keep that in mind when you are creating a GIN index. So let's go ahead and benchmark our earlier query. Now that we have a GIN index created on our table. So here is the same query that we are trying again, that we are searching for user where country is set to Netherlands. And this time, as you can see, the query took only 70 milliseconds. So if you remember earlier, the original query without index took around 260 milliseconds. So it's almost 4 to 5 times faster compared to the one without index. So if you try the explain analyze and see the planner of the SQL, so you will notice that this time it has used index scan to find the country Netherlands, users with country set to Netherlands. And you will also notice that it has used the JSONB GIN index, the index that we created. So if you see this in your output of explain analyze, you can confirm that your index is working fine. Now GIN is by far the fastest index type for JSONB search, often 10 to 50 times faster depending on your dataset size. And GIN builds a full inverted index over JSONB keys and value. So it's ideal for all the operation, key lookup, path lookup, containment queries, which we tried. So all kind of operations are supported with GIN. So the next index that we are going to try is BTREE index. Now BTREE is a very common PostgreSQL index which you can create on any column of your PostgreSQL database table. BTREE is not specifically designed for JSONB, but we can create BTREE index on particular value. So particular path of the JSONB or a JSON object. That index will work for only that particular path and it won't work for the whole JSON data. So keep that in mind. And it's good for sorting or equality checks and for only those operations. So the process to create is a pretty simple SQL query. So we create index if not exists, and this time the name of the index is JSONB BTREE country, and on this table JSONB benchmark, and then we need to provide the path. So inside of our payload column, we will go to user, and inside of user we want to create index on countries. So all the countries on index on the country column will be created, kind of that. It will extract the countries and then it will create an index on that column. So now that we have created that index, BTREE index, let's go ahead and benchmark our earlier query. So for this purpose, I have modified our query little bit. So we are selecting star from JSONB benchmark where payload, then user, and then country. So we are providing paths, and this path is set to Netherlands. So this is equality check. Now this particular path check will be optimized through the BTREE index. So we are running this query and measuring the time. As you can see, it took around 67 milliseconds. So it's fast, right? It's comparable to GIN index. So let's go ahead and analyze the SQL plan using explain analyze. So I am executing the same query. And when you see the result over here, you can see that index scan has happened for this particular query. And it has used this index JSONB BTREE underscore country, which we created. So this confirms that our index is working fine. Now JSONB does not index the whole JSONB column or whole JSONB data, only the extracted values as I explained. So it's good only when queries repeatedly filter on a specific path, as I said. Alright, so the last index type that we will try is a hash index. Now hash index is just like a BTREE index. It is not designed for JSON data. It will also work on a particular extracted field only, just like BTREE. But it's very simple to create and it takes less space, so that's why it is preferred. And it's commonly used for only equality checks. So that's the main usage of hash index. If those are your requirement, then use this one. So first of all, I will drop the BTREE index because we are going to create a hash index on the same field. So here we are creating a hash index. So create index if not exists, JSONB hash country on JSONB benchmark using hash. And again, we are creating on this path payload, our column, inside of that user, and then country key. On that we will create the hash index. So after creating index, next we are benchmarking by executing this query. So this is the same query as earlier. We are checking for users where country is set to Netherlands. We are executing it and measuring the runtime. And as you can see from the result, it took around 70 milliseconds. So the performance is exactly same as that of GIN or BTREE indexes. You can also perform explain analyze to see whether it used this particular index or not. And as you can see from the result, bitmap index scan on JSONB hash country. So this confirms that it used the hash index for this particular query. So hash is good for equality only lookups if you want to use it. And usually it's not better than BTREE, but it's a smaller, it takes less size. So that's why it's preferred. All right, so here is the final benchmark comparison of the queries, SQL queries without index and 3 indexes that we tried, GIN, BTREE and hash. And as you can see, without index, it took 260 milliseconds to find the users where country was set to Netherlands. And with all the 3 indexes, it took around 70 milliseconds. So performance of all the indexes was almost same. Now the reason behind this is that because we tried only one type of query, if you type different type of query, then GIN index will be faster than all of them, and others might not support some of the operation which GIN supports because it's specifically designed for JSON data. Here is a visualization that I have created to see the performance comparison of all the three indexes and the one without index. Alright, so in this final table, we are comparing all three indexes side by side. So this is kind of a master table which you can use when you want to make decision that which index you should use. So GIN default is on full JSONB and it looks for all the operation, key lookup, path search, containment, any kind of operation you want to do on JSON data. All of them will work and all of them will be fast. So this is generally the fastest index GIN default, but it has the biggest index size. So because it will be on the total JSONB data on the all the key value pairs inside of your JSON, the index will be created. So it will be big in size. Then GIN with this particular operation JSONB path hop, again it will be created on full JSONB data, but it's commonly optimized for heavy use of this containment operator. So if you are trying many containment queries, that whether particular JSON is part of the total JSON or not, those kind of containment query, then you should use this JSONB path hops. It will be same fast as the one without the one with default GIN index, but it only supports this and its size will be little less compared to the GIN default. So that's the little benefit of using JSONB path hops. So select GIN and GIN default and GIN with the JSONB path hops based on your requirement. Now BTREE and hash. Now both of these are not specifically designed for JSON data, but they only work on extracted fields, like we extracted the country field from the user of our total payload. And it's commonly used for equality filters, which we use where we compare country, the total path till country equal to Netherlands. And they are also very fast, but as I said, JSON data can be very long and large for each individual, and you will be creating on only extracted one field, the index. So index will be small, but it will be on only one field, and it's not specifically designed for JSON data, but still people use it. So if you know that you are going to search for only particular one field, then go ahead and try BTREE. But I would recommend that if you are working with JSON data, use GIN index. That's what you should generally use because it's the fastest and it's what it's designed for. If you want to expand the search in the future for some reason, then GIN will be useful. At that time, BTREE will not be useful. So use GIN index whenever you can. So alright, so that's it for this tutorial. If you have any doubts or any questions, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section and see you next time.